I believe Zero Suit Samus deserves more appreciation. At this point, she is mostly known for being sexualized. Now, I have no doubt the Zero Suit was conceived at least partly for this reason. One might then assume that it falls into the same category as the completely illogical skimpy armor that female characters so often wear in fantasy stories. This is not the case at all. The Zero Suit not only makes sense in universe, but is also a step up for the portrayal of Samus as a character. Samus was introduced in the game Metroid, released for the NES in 1986. In the game, you play as a warrior in a power suit. Players likely assumed this was a male, and even the instruction booklet insinuated this. If you complete the game in under 5 hours, Samus takes off her helmet in the ending, revealing her to be a woman. If you beat the game in under 3 hours, she takes off her power suit. She wears a pink leotard and boots in this ending. Finally, if you finish the game in under an hour, she waves at you while wearing only underwear and boots. The reveal of Samus' gender in Metroid could have been a really great moment, but Samus is portrayed completely differently here than in the rest of the game. As soon as the audience knows she is a woman, she's blatantly objectified as the game forgoes her actual personality for the sake of sex appeal. Metroid 2 and Super Metroid have similar endings, although Super Metroid staves off objectification by making the ending more in line with Samus' character. In the best ending, Samus is shown in her power armor, which fades, revealing her in black underwear. She looks muscular. She unties her hair and jumps off screen. When she descends, she is again wearing her power armor as she fires a shot. This ending is a far better showcase of her character. Her body shape is fittingly impressive, while the untying of hair implies that this takes place in private and is not a performance for the player like in the original Metroid. Metroid Fusion has 3 best endings, all of which show Samus in her casual outfit, a tank top and shorts. This is the first game where Samus doesn't strip down to her underwear in any ending, a trend that continues to the present day. Instead, good endings have since shown Samus in her casual outfit or Zero Suit, if not eschewing the undressing formula altogether. Metroid Zero Mission, released for the GBA in 2004, marked the first appearance of the Zero Suit. It's a remake of the original Metroid, except it adds a segment consisting of Crateria, Chozodia, and the Space Pirate Mothership. After the ending of the original game, where Samus defeats Mother Brain, she leaves Zebes and takes off her power suit, giving us our first look at the Zero Suit. Her ship is ambushed by space pirates and shot down. It crash lands back on Zebes. You then play as Samus in her Zero Suit, with only an emergency pistol until you find an even better power suit than the one you had. In this state, you take more damage and your weapon only stuns enemies. Gameplay in this section, which consists of stealth and outmaneuvering enemies, serves as an amazing reprieve from the action gameplay that comes before and after. Unfortunately, the Zero Suit has not had a gameplay function since Zero Mission. Despite this, it has appeared in every Metroid game since then, mostly in good endings and game over screens. Most of its popularity though comes from Super Smash Bros. Samus is one of 8 characters in the original Smash Bros. Game for the N64. The third Smash game, Brawl, introduced Zero Suit Samus as a playable character, separate from Samus and with her own moveset. In Smash, Zero Suit Samus uses a plasma whip and jet boots in addition to her pistol. She is a fast, lightweight, highly athletic character that requires great precision to master. The Zero Suit is one of the most realistic, sexy combat outfits in fiction. It's not actually Samus's primary combat suit, as it's usually worn under her true armor. A tight-fitting yet flexible bodysuit makes total sense as an undergarment. It's not too different to what's worn by some real athletes and combatants. Still, it provides a good backup when she is without her actual armor, allowing for greater speed and mobility. Samus is never shown using the Zero Suit irrationally, never voluntarily entering combat without her power suit. This realism and consistency in characterization allows for sexiness without objectification. Since Zero Suit Samus has become popular, the Zero Suit hasn't gotten enough credit for what it did for Samus as a character. It, along with the casual outfit, was part of an effort to end previous objectification, and it succeeded in that. It introduced an interesting alternate playstyle to Metroid, even if that feature hasn't been used since Zero Mission. It adds a level of humanity to Samus, because she is now more often seen without the helmet, while also presenting her as a genuine warrior who is always prepared for combat. The unique combat style employed with the Zero Suit was expanded upon in Smash, which led to her being one of the most enjoyable characters in that game's competitive scene. The Zero Suit played a major part in an evolution in Samus's character, which helped keep Metroid relevant during the long droughts between games. If you wish to see what Zero Suit Samus in Smash is all about, I highly recommend Mars vs MK Leo in the Genesis 7 Ultimate Finals. It is one of the most satisfying Smash sets I've ever seen.